What up? Welcome back to Shop Stories. Thanks everybody for tuning back in. I want to be a little bit better about posting every single Monday. I know we've been slacking lately, and I promise that I'm going to try my hardest to get it done and get every single Monday a video out to you guys. But we actually are going out to Palm Springs Surf Club, and we're going to go surf for a 2-hour private, so we're going to get a couple waves with the boys. And I wanted to walk you guys through like what I feel when I go surf a wave pool versus a actual ocean water wave, saltwater wave, I guess. But the two boards that I'm bringing are the 5'3" round nose quad with the diamond tail, the little blue nugget thing, and then also a where is it? A whatever, it doesn't matter. 5'11" standard squash tail thruster. We're gonna go over the boards and nitpick like kind of the feelings I had from the boards after we surf. So let's get ready to shred in. I'll meet you guys back here. Palm Springs was super fun. Like I said, we had a bunch of the homies out there. Unfortunately, so there was no one filming the session. It was just like the clips that you can buy online. So you get they have these two cameras set up on either side of the pool, and they film both directions, whether you're going left or right. But I wasn't able to purchase everybody's clips that was in the session with me. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see Tanner or Gino or Shane or Brandon or Taylor or anyone else surf. But I did get some clips in there for you guys, so that it's not just me yapping the whole time. There was some surfing content that you guys get to watch, and you guys get to see kind of how the boards worked and why I think the things that I think. Basically a little bit of explanation, I guess, for my reasoning. So first and foremost, the first board that I rode was the standard shortboard thruster made by Dave Bainey, Swashtail. And prior to the surf, I really was like feeling the board, and I liked it a lot. I noticed that this specific board, here, I'll grab it, but this specific board worked really well in a cuppy wave, like a tight pocket, like not necessarily a only barreling wave, but like something with power, like a beach break or something like that. So mushy waves, I noticed, did not work super well with this board, but when the wave was a little more powerful, it worked well. So I was thinking, because I know from previous experiences that the Palm Springs Surf Club, the power source is really tight and really close to the breaking part of the wave. Further out in the flats is really, really soft and really hard to stay going. So my initial thought was this board would be perfect out there. But after surfing it, I realized like it would work, but it seemed like a little sluggish, a little slow or something. I don't know, like it didn't seem to work that well. I wasn't getting a lot of drive out of turns. I wasn't getting a lot of speed and whatnot. So I think it has something to do with the length of the board, probably, and the thickness of the board as well. I mean, it's my standard dimensions for my standard shortboards are 5'11", 18.88, 2.5. This one specifically is 29 liters, which is actually more than what I typically ride. Usually they ride about 28 liters, but that's just because the width of the tail is a little different, the width of the nose is a little bit different, and there's probably some hidden foam in it somewhere. You know, like the rail thickness might be a little more here or something like that. But you would think all those things included, the board should work great in a mushy wave, but for whatever reason it doesn't. And I think it's because there's a little bit more tail rocker, maybe the flat spot is a little bit further up in the board as well. So I think there's a couple different things playing into it that maybe make it not quite work as well in a mushy type of wave. But then I switched boards probably like pretty early in the session, honestly. I think I only surfed for like 30 minutes or so on that board, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I wanted to feel something else. So I switched to this, which is a round nose, I don't even know what to call it, like a little round nose nugget, diamond tail in the back, and it has a lot of V, so the stringer line is higher than the rail line, right? So it goes like up to a point and down to the rail, right? So there's V bottom, but there's also double concave. So this part is deeper on either side. So the V really helps it roll from rail to rail, but the double concave gives it drive. And also, a lot of the times boards with a lot of V, like this single fin right here, or this yellow single fin, if you guys can see that, has a lot of V in it, but it lacks drive, and that's because it's a single fin, right? So if you take the driviest fin setup that we know so far in surfing, a quad, and mix it with the least drivey bottom contour, it's probably an equation for success in my mind, right? So it goes rail to rail really well, and it turns on a dime because of the V bottom, I think, right? But it doesn't lack in the speed department like a lot of other boards that have a lot of V in it because of the quad fins. So this board turned out to be the magic board, and I think from talking to everybody that has surfed the pool, they say that like shorter, rounder boards work better out there. And we're talking specific to Palm Springs, right? Because I've never been to Kelly's. I've never been to any other pool other than Palm Springs Surf Club. So in my experience at Palm Springs specifically, a shorter, rounder outline board works better. A standard high performance shortboard, obviously Chance Gall rips on a standard high performance shortboard and does huge airs. But for me, this is what worked well. I've also tried the synthetic 84 from Timmy Patterson in an epoxy, and that one was okay. Wasn't quite drivey enough, didn't quite get enough speed. But people say that the buoyancy in the freshwater versus buoyancy in salt water is different and blah, blah, blah. I think if you get into that mindset, it might maybe happen, and I think it might be a placebo. But in my experience, I've only ever ridden PU. I've only ever liked PU, and going into the pool on a PU board felt pretty much normal. Now, the difference would be the length of ride is a lot shorter, so you have to fit more in a tighter space. So I think that's why a shorter board works well. And the pocket is really tight. So a longer board, I was poking the nose, or it was doing weird things. So, but that was my experience with it. If you do go to Palm Springs Surf Club, you'll notice there's a lot of racetrack pads out there because we hooked them up with the entire demo fleet has racetrack pads. So that was super cool. And it's a sick place to go with family and friends. Bring your kids, bring your wife, whatever. They'll sit in the jacuzzi, watch you get barreled. You can push them into the inside section too. You can also get sessions for that. But it's a really fun place. They also opened the water park. It was opening day, so we went down some water slides and acted like little kids again. It was awesome. But great place, a lot of fun. I want to hear your experiences with Palm Springs Surf Club, and I want to hear some comparisons too. If you've been there and you've been to the one in Texas, the Waco, whatever, or Kelly's, or what you think the best wave pool is and why. I had some friends that went to Kelly's and then went to Palm Springs with us this time, and they said that this one was a lot better because there's more dynamic to it, whereas Kelly's is just a straight down the line perfect wave. So this one has a little more to offer as far as fun. But that's just their take on it. I want to hear yours. Drop in the comments below. And if you're looking for a short, round, little nuggety board, go hit up Infinity Surfboards. This is the Rainbow Chaser, they call it. Great little board for sloppy California surf, especially going into summertime. So go give them a look, and we will catch you guys next week. Thank you for that. Thank you everyone for tuning back in. Like, comment, subscribe, share it to a friend, whatever you gotta do. I'll catch you guys on Monday next week, I hope.